My grandfather bought and sold real estate, and when it came time for him to dream about building a house, he knew exactly what he wanted in it and what he didn't want in it.
Yeah.
And my dad grew up here, and I grew up here, and lived away for a while. When my dad could no longer take care of the place, he called us up one day and said, "Are you ready to consider taking over?" And Mark and I discussed it together and said, "Let's do it." There was a lot of renovating to do because you know how you picture a brand new home and you get to pick everything in a brand new home? Well, the home was already here. And then I realized, you know what? We can pick the paint, we can pick the light features, and spruce up the place to be something brand new to us and absolutely our dream.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I dreamed of as we were renovating was buying some rockers and putting them on the porch. And it was great to work towards that goal, and we got it.
Yep. Rockers and Adirondacks. We love that. That's the best room in the house is the porch.
There's a root cellar, or there was a root cellar, a true root cellar in the basement. We turned that into
a tasting room. We put an irregular flagstone floor in, and we've got beer and wine racks down there and barrels, you know, for a dungeon-themed tasting room. It's kind of fun to have a party down there.
exposed stone walls on both ends.
Our friends tend to say their favorite place is the sun parlor, actually. 13 windows and just gorgeous lighting. We actually like to sit in the sun parlor for sunrise with our coffee and breakfast. And also when it's snowing at night, you throw on the garage lights or the overhang lights, and you watch the snow fall down through those lights through your windows in your sun parlor. We love that. So I love coming in the front door, bringing people in the front door because of our eyebrow window over the door and the side lights with the leading. I love that front entrance into our foyer.
As mentioned, we enjoy having people in our home, and so people often stay over in our home overnight. And when my father was still alive and living with us, he would joke about, what room number did your friend reserve? There were no room numbers on the doors. So one Christmas, after a few years of this,
I went out and found some brass numbers and put them up on the room. So her grandfather chose this fireplace, right? Chose Indiana sandstone and Mercer tiles. All the pointing's original, and we heard that old Mr. Mercer actually used to keep individual records, like keep individual receipts of each tile sale he made. And so I think in Doylestown at the Mercer factory, there would be a record of Wilmer Wesley Miller and his Mercer tile sale that is sticking in the fireplace right now. I think that's kind of fun. So the only place that we really remodeled in-house is the kitchen. Everything else is original millwork and plaster. But she loves to cook and we love to entertain. And so I carefully did the electric in there to basically give her, there's a 150 amp sub panel just for the kitchen, which is to say you can plug in every crock pot, every warming oven, every hot plate, every coffee urn, every appliance you could ever, and you will never blow a circuit in that kitchen.
So my family named the property Linden Lawn. As you may know, a lot of homes or homelands or steads have a name.
Right.
And there are 3 linden trees across the front yard,
Right.
and the family decided to call it Linden Lawn.
Yeah.
So we use that. I mentioned growing up here. Love this land, spent a ton of time out here growing up. The tree behind me was my swing tree, and we've continued the tradition with the tire swing on it.
Yeah. Heather and I, on one anniversary a few years ago, used up some irregular flagstone that we had here to make a patio in front of her grandfather's fireplace.
Let me tell you about the fireplace. The fireplace by the patio here, the stone actually came from where the tunnel was blasted out to make the line that goes between Lansdale, Doylestown into Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's right. It actually came out of the cut that the Lansdale train now takes down into Philly. The ballast from that is in the fireplace as well as the driveway as well.
So we have a carriage house with all kinds of opportunities.
Carriage house is original to the home. It's, you know, built at the same time as the home in 29. It's all original.
It's a great space to hang lights or have a party as well. No need to rent a tent. You can set it up in a unique way. The wedding that was held here, the bride walked down the aisle, which is the little woods side of the property, and down to the lower part of the land where all the wedding guests were.
So we had a 30 by 40 foot tent down there with, I think it was 3 10 by 12 or 15 foot tents, all catered, DJ, 80 or 90 guests, something like that. Plenty of room for the guests to hang out and entertain themselves afterwards with the hatchet throwing and, you know, cornhole and some frisbee and stuff like that. So plenty of entertainment space, different places to have tables with food and drinks, all up through the picnic grove and the sunken garden, as well as the lower yard. One thing that really appeals to me is standing on the outside on either end of the house and just looking at my tall gables, the nice millwork on top of that gorgeous stone going up to the gables, and underneath all these mature trees around the home and the whole property.
I am pleased to have something so beautiful to offer other people to have the experience of having.
Hope they can have a wonderful dream time here the way we have. This has been literally dreamy, kind of like living in our own B&B.
Yes.
It literally has been dreamy to be here.